What's up, everyone? Welcome to this very, very special 21st episode of Draft Day Dynasties. I'm C. Jackson Cowart, the community manager here at Wolverine Studios, and I appreciate you all joining us for our weekly streaming series showing off Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2022 and all the latest releases at Wolverine Studios. If you haven't seen any of our previous episodes, you can catch up on all of those on our YouTube channel, or you can catch us live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, as many of you are doing here on the official Wolverine Studios Twitch channel. It is a very, very special episode, like I mentioned at the top. It is Selection Sunday, or it's about to be Selection Sunday in the sim, if you will. Hawaii. If you missed the last episode, spoiler alert, I would love for you to catch that one with all of the drama and intrigue, but I'm going to go ahead and spoil it for you right now. We won the conference tournament. Hawaii is your conference champion, which means that Hawaii will be getting their ticket punched into the big dance. I'm going to see if I can go this whole episode without referring to that big four-letter tournament there. But this game's version of the tournament, we know we have our ticket punch. We just don't know exactly what will be seeded, where we'll be playing. So what we're going to do, I think instead of hopping right into the selection show, I think we should just kind of take a look at the season, take a look at our net, see if we can maybe project what seed we think we might get, and then we'll hop right into it. We'll go into our first round matchup. And I hope we have more. I really hope we have more. But if we don't, then maybe we'll do a little post-mortem of Hawaii basketball. But if you are in the chat, highly encourage you to hop in there, say hello, maybe give a little wave emoji, maybe mention your favorite thing about Hawaii, either as a team or as a state, or anything like that. Would love to have a lot of you guys in the chat this week. I think this is going to be a very, very fun one. I'm very excited. Normally, I get pretty excited for these streams on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm telling you guys, I've been excited for this stream all week. I cannot wait to see where Hawaii is seated and how far we can make it in this tournament. Bill Dozer already hopping in the chat saying, hello, I'm excited for the Hawaii games today and our Seattle versus UW rivalry game in CBGM today. Big day for me with all the teams that I'm running here. I'm also very excited for this Hawaii game. I'm sure you can tell. Breeze, I'm sure you're in the chat too, waiting for you to hop in here at some point. And the rest of you guys joining. If this is your first time watching these streams, really appreciate you joining us. And don't be afraid to say hello. So before we get started, as I always do, I want to shout out, if you're just watching these streams and you haven't gone on our YouTube channel, highly recommend checking out our new series, Draft Day Academy, which is focused on helping newcomers and veterans alike learn the tips, tricks, and inner workings of Wolverine Studios' latest releases. We already have a couple of videos out on this game, College Basketball 2022. We're going to be coming out with another one to help you guys with recruiting, really break down everything you need to know there, both from just a basic level, but then also maybe some tips and kind of veteran strategies that people use in the recruiting game. So definitely check those out on our YouTube channel. All right, let's go ahead and hop into this madness here. Shout out to the madness. I think we should go to insights first. I know that might not be the sexiest decision here, Selection Sunday. You guys are probably wondering, let's just go ahead and see it. But I'm curious to see what we think our seeding might be based on what our season has looked like. So we've played 4 Quad 1 games. We've lost them all. And unfortunately, it's not the most impressive slate here. One of them was a 3-point loss. The other ones were all blowout losses. Quadrant 2, we do have that one loss on the road at Cal Santa Barbara. We got them back in the tournament, so I don't feel too bad about it. But we do have that loss on our resume. And then we do have 3 Quad 3 losses. So that is a bummer. All of them are on the road, so that's okay. We do have 4 wins in that category, including 2 road wins. Quad 4, we clean up. We have those 2 losses in conference, but I don't know. I would hope that the committee would understand just how effective we've been in the games that we're supposed to win, and we scheduled tough. I mean, these are not games that the Hawaii Spartans are supposed to play. So maybe they'll be a little lenient on us. I don't think they will. I think we're probably going to end up, I don't know if you guys have any guesses. Bill, if you have a guess, you're a savant to this game. Maybe you'd have an idea, but I'm thinking we're probably going to end up as a 14 seed. We did go 22-10. It's a decent record, but it's not exactly world-beating among the non-at-large conferences, and we're certainly a one-bid conference if I had to guess. So I'm thinking it's going to be a 14 seed is my guess. I'm hoping that maybe we can even get a rematch against Cal Los Angeles or Cincinnati Jesuit. I think that would be pretty exciting if we did. ShamWow_Welch in the chat says 13/14. Yeah, that's where I think this is going to end up too. I think it's going to end up being 14 seed if I had to guess. Bill Dozer said I think it'll be a 13 seed with a net of 45 while winning a low prestige conference. A 12 is possible. So he's pointing out that our net rating here is 45. That's pretty good for a 64 team tournament. 45 is not the worst. I guess if you extrapolate that out, that's what, 11, 12 seed. We'll see. I would love to get a 12 seed. Everybody knows 12 seeds are in vogue. So that would be great. Hold on, as my cat is trying to chew up valuables here. All right. I think we just go ahead and take the plunge, see what they're going to seed us here. And left my volume on, but that's neither here nor there. All right. Playing sim. I think this is going to bring us up to it, right? Or we're mighty close at least. Selection show. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Oh, man. I love this presentation, by the way. The way that the devs have this set up, it is absolutely fit for the moment. Okay. So I'm not going to skip it. We're going to run through this whole thing here. All right. Time for the pairings for the National Championship Tournament. If you'd like to watch the show, or you can skip it, I think we'll watch the show for just a little bit here. I don't know how long it'll take to watch the show, though. I might regret that decision in a minute. Is there any way to... Yeah, let's... Okay, we'll go... Alright, so the play-ins, don't have to worry about those. That's not going to be us. We are much, much better than that. Alright. Arizona versus Wofford. Maryland, Stephen F. Austin. West DC and Harrisburg. Okay, so... Doesn't look like we're going to be in this bracket, because we're definitely not going to be seated higher than that. Yeah, okay. So that bracket's filled out. East Rutherford region, not us. Okay. We're not the 16. We're not the 15. We're not the 14. And we're not the 13 or 12 either. Okay. Don't think this is the bracket for us. Look at that. So this bracket has Cal Los Angeles and Cincinnati Jesuit. We played both of them. Actually, and Arizona State. We played all three of those teams in the regular season. So this is a very interesting bracket. I actually would have liked to be in this one. It would have been kind of fun to be able to get a chance to have a rematch with one of those teams, but that's fine with me. Okay. Two regions down, rather. 2 to go. All right. So we're not the 16 and 15. That would have been disrespectful. No 14. No 13. No 12. No 11. All right. We're not going to be the 10. We're not going to be the 9. Okay. So the Houston region is filled out. That means we're going to be in this last region here. So this region is going to be very very compelling to me across the board, because this is going to affect us. Every single one of these could be a potential opponent for us. All right, North Carolina is the #1 seed in our region. My alma mater, near and dear to my heart. Very interesting. Okay, Kentucky is the 2 in this region. Dayton is the 3. We played Dayton. We played the Dayton, whatever they are. I think they're the Dayton Pilots in this game. And that was a tough game for the Hawaii Spartans. So that would be a treacherous matchup if we get it again, but it would be fun because we've already seen them. There it is! There it is! The Hawaii Spartans are the number 13 seed against the number 4 seeded Durham something. I don't know what they are. I think we all know them better. As I think it's fine to say here. They bear a resemblance to Duke, just a striking resemblance, if you will. Wow. Okay, 13 seed against Durham with a chance to face off against North Carolina in the Sweet 16. Wow. Okay. That is certainly a matchup. So if we win this game, we're going to be going up against either Texas or Tennessee. So this is a pretty loaded region right here. You got UConn in this one as well. Oregon, another team near and dear to my heart. Wow, absolutely loaded region. Thrilling matchup for this first round. Looks like we have a 10% chance to win according to our coaches. That's fine. I'll take that. All right. I think we go into this. I don't think there's anything we need to change. Wow, incredible. Incredible. All right, so what are... all right. Might just have to sim these out. Don't want to sim over our game, though, so that would certainly be a bummer. All right. Our game is going to be 317, so I think we're good. So let's go ahead and sim these. I'll check out the email, see if there's anything we can learn about this matchup. I don't think we need to change the rotation. I really like the rotation that we had in the conference tournament, so I think we just stick with that. Especially with our big scorer coming off the bench. Moved him. He was absolutely horrible. I can't remember his last name right now. Who am I thinking of? No, his first name starts with a B, but moved him to the bench. He was our starter. We thought he'd be our leading scorer during the year. And he was just terrible all year long. So we moved him as kind of a super sub off the bench. This is going to bug me. Who is it that I'm thinking of? Where's he at here? Gilbert. Yeah, Gilbert, our freshman, who is just, one of the most unbelievably bad stat lines you've ever seen. 24 minutes a game, 4.6 points. He has a negative PER, which I didn't even think was possible. So him coming off the bench, I think, could be a real X factor in this tournament. Or at least I'm hoping it will be. But I guess we're about to find out. All right. It is March 16th. That is the start of this tournament, unofficially. Of course, the first four, you got to show your respect, but that's not really the tournament that anybody else is excited for. So, all right. Looks like we're through the first day. Oh, man, here it is. Okay, let's check our email. Wow. Okay. Durham scouting report. So they are 23-9 on the year. And we're 22-10. So they've played 4 ranked opponents. They beat Clemson. They lost badly to North Carolina. And then they split a couple of close games with Louisville. Looks like their leading scorer is Sean Clancy. And he's their leading rebounder, but they think that Courtney Hill is the best player on the team. Scoring just under what Clancy's got at 13.4 points a game. Almost the same rebounding as well. 2.2 blocks. Looks like he's an absolute force down low. But they have kind of a small front court. So, as you guys all know, Mauro Morrissey is the stirrer of the drink for Hawaii. So, if they can't really corral him down low, I feel like we've got a shot. But he cannot get in foul trouble. If he does, we stand no chance. All right, they run a slow-paced offense. They allow their players a good deal of offensive freedom. Do love to see that. They rarely press. They play man-to-man across the board. I think we can handle that. So let's see. I know it says a little game preview right here. I don't think we're going to learn anything more than what we just did. Looks like Durham is a 9.5-point favorite. So, that's a little bit of respect for the Hawaii Spartans here coming in. I was expecting that number to be a little bit higher. But all right, Mauro Morrissey's the leading scorer in this game. Let's just make sure there's nothing funky with the depth chart. And if there's not, then this is about to go down. Okay. Got some nice depth across the board. This is the way I like to run the team. We have some really good players coming off the bench. So, this is a deep team. This is an experienced team by this point. This is a dangerous team to play. We run that 1-3-1 zone. We force turnovers. We make it hard for the other side. All right, we got a slow offensive pace. That's how they like to play. I think maybe we kind of bump that up a little bit. Defensive intensity, keep that where it's at. Full court defense, I don't want to give them too many easy opportunities. Bump that down just a bit. Look at that job security. I think we accomplished those. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Let's go ahead and hop into this. I am absolutely terrified right now. I really, really, really want to win this game. This one means a lot. I absolutely hate Durham. I hate them with every fiber of my body. The Durham Blue Demons, they are the worst. They're the absolute worst. Oh my gosh. The MNA tournament. First round. Whew. I'm going to need to take an Advil or something after this. This is unreal. All right. Starting lineups. Let's go. Uh-oh. Oh, this is hilarious. Our normal Hawaii court doesn't work. There's no court. Guys, we're playing in the ether. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to fix it. It doesn't even matter. I'm too jazzed. No offensive freedom buckets, guys. This is going to be all Princeton offense. This is going to be hilarious to watch them just dance around a blank court. But that's fine. This is live TV right now. All right. We're going to slow down the pace here. And I'm not gonna worry about fixing this here. This is the way that basketball was meant to be played. Just free flowing. Absolutely no sense of where the 3-point line is. Guys, this is like 1980s basketball right now. I'm feeling it. All right. So we have an early deficit here, 7-2. I'm not terribly concerned, but we don't want to let this balloon because we really, we have our work cut out against us here. But all right, looks like we already have 3 turnovers and only 2 shot attempts. So that's not exactly the way you want to start this game, but you got to do what you got to do. All right. Looks like they're shooting 60% from the field already. So that's not great. We're shooting 66%. We've already turned it over 4 times, so we just can't seem to... Oh, 5 times. All right, I think we got to bump this offensive pace down. We can't keep turning the ball over. I don't know what the deal is here. All right, get it down to Morrissey. Let him do his thing. There we go. Drives to the bucket. Slam dunk. First points of the game for Morrissey. He's been our absolute star this year. I think he scored 20 like 15 times or something. So just feed it down to Morrow. That's all we got to do. Don't overcomplicate this, guys. Looks like they were running a 1-3-1 for a second there. That was a little odd. There we go. Nice, easy bucket from McInnes. McInnes already has 6 points in this game. 3 of 5 shooting. Morrissey with that fadeaway from 20 feet. Keeping this thing close. But I don't know if it's going to be close enough if we can't stop them on the other end. 0 turnovers for Durham right now. But we are holding him under 50% from the field. So if we can keep that up, there we go. 6 of 14 now. They cannot figure out how to crack this 1-3-1 zone. Okay, we got Thompson in the game. So that means that Willis is in the game now as well. Morrissey's on the bench. I don't know if that's foul trouble or if he's tired. Look at that! 3-pointer by Amari Charity. Taking a 17-14 lead early in this game. Gamblers across the country are sweating right now as the underdog Hawaii Spartans have an early lead in the first half, excuse me. Okay, Bernard Gilbert is in the game. If he can be a spark plug for us, that would be thrilling. I'm really not minding this free-flowing. It's a little disorienting, but it's kind of fun to see. I feel like there's a lot more ball movement, even though I don't think that's the case. Okay, there we go. Finally forced a turnover. Dunked it on the other end, but we have given up our lead. And there we go. Another turnover. That's 10 turnovers for Hawaii in the first half. The first half of the first half. Oh, and 11 as Kyle Penn turns it over. I don't know what we need to do to stop the turnovers. We've already bumped the pace down. That seemed to help a little bit, but it didn't solve the problem. I think the problem just might be the players, but there's only so much you can do about that. All right, give the ball to Victor Willis. Oh, Charity with another turnover. Man. I'm not liking what I'm seeing so far from the offense. The defense is playing out of its mind. Okay, here we go. Morrissey back in the game, but another turnover by McInnes. Oh, Morrow misses at the rim, and then Craig Willis turns it over. This is not sustainable. All right. Morrow with the and one dunk to tie it up. But they respond on the other end, take the lead back. Just keep feeding Morrow, guys. We just need Morrow to have the ball over and over and over again. All right, Larry Johnson, the legendary Larry Johnson, making that shot. Our offense is really cooled. We're shooting better than 50% from the field, but we have 14 turnovers right now. That is not going to be sustainable. Something has to change. There we go. Morrow gets fouled again. 2 free throws down low. He's absolutely leading the charge right now. 9 points as we expected. Kind of always the Morrow Morrissey show. Defensively, I am really proud of the way these guys are holding him under 50%, but it's just not going to work if we keep turning it over. Oh, and George Ivory misses a 3-point shot. Everybody knows how much I love George Ivory. Oh, Victor Willis. There we go. Kyle Penn, huge offensive rebounds. Get George Ivory out of the game. All right. Just like that, it's a 9-point game. That was a really embarrassing half. That was an embarrassing half of basketball, offensively at least. 15 turnovers. 15! Unacceptable. Morrow Morrissey has 2 fouls. That's why he hit the bench early. He's got 9 points, though. 3 of 4 shooting. We need to feed him inside, and we need to feed him inside a lot. I think we're going to bump up the offensive pace, and we're going to feed inside. Like, there should be no passing around the perimeter. It doesn't matter. Just give it to Morrow Morrissey and let him go to work. All right, right out of halftime, they got an easy bucket here. Quick pace, Morrow Morrissey, give him the ball. Okay. Out of bounds. Morrow's got it again. He passes out. Another steal. This has been the story of the season for those of you who have followed along from the beginning. It's just been a lot of turnovers. Near the end of the year, we were able to turn it around by turning over our opponents a lot, and that was huge, but when Hawaii's turning it over this much offensively, there's just nothing we can do. I mean, there's no semblance of offense when we don't even have a chance to do our thing. So, there we go. McInnes, couple free throws, maybe inject some life. We have the momentum right now, so that's good. But they hit a shot to really kill it, and of course we turn it over again. I'm going to have to go heavy outside here in a minute because there's just not going to be enough time to flip the deficit. I don't know why they're not feeding Morrow more. Yeah. 3-point shot missed by McInnes. Do like that we turned him over there, and another turnover. It's just, there's just no way. Yep, and another one. And another one. And another miss. Yeah, this is pretty ugly. This is pretty ugly. Morrow Morrissey taking it inside, as he should have been the whole time. But I think it's going to be too little too late for these guys. Just an embarrassing second half. I mean, I thought the first half was rough, but this is really bad. So we're going to go, a decent pace, heavy outside, but it's not going to matter. We have a 21-point lead that we have to erase, and that's just going to be too much. Too much for these guys to overcome. After an incredible season, really a historic season for Hawaii the way I see it, to end like this is such a bummer. I mean, 21 turnovers. It's fitting, but it's also devastating. I mean, for this team that ended so well, won the conference tournament, with really an incredible performance. Morrow Morrissey was just out of his mind all year long. Absolutely justified the chance that we took on him in the offseason and the transfer portal. He was a disruptive force, and that's not really the type of player that I like to recruit. But we took a chance on him, and he's been spectacular this year. And I think he's going to be in the running for Conference Player of the Year if I had to guess. But, to make the tournament really it's an accomplishment for this team. So I don't want to downplay that at all. I mean, Hawaii's they've only made the tournament 5 times ever. They've only won this game once. So 4 conference tournament championships, make it 5. We were able to add to the legacy of Hawaii basketball, and that's what we were trying to do. So, from that respect, this season is a success, but, man, it's really tough for it to end like this. with as many turnovers as made field goals. Looks like it's going to end as a 20-point loss. And that's tough. They should just put in George Ivory so he can go ahead and miss a 3. Oh, look at that. Julian Worrell makes a 3. 17-point loss for the Hawaii Spartans. And that's going to do it. That's the season. Maura Morrissey, leading scorer, 15 points, 5 of 9 shooting. McInnes, 14 points on 5 of 13 shooting. And Victor Willis off the bench, 10 points in 19 minutes. But unfortunately did it on about 35% shooting, so that's not ideal. Who can we blame here? Craig Willis, Brian McInnes, 6 turnovers each. I think they each bear a heavy burden here. 12 turnovers between the two of them. Kyle Penn with 3 turnovers in 12 minutes. That's just sloppy. That's just not how you play basketball. But really, these two. It's Craig Willis, guys. 2 points. 1 of 1. 6 turnovers. 3 fouls. Minus 17. I mean, we lost by 17 points. So, you don't have to go much further than that. I think we have one goal this offseason, and it's to find a starting point guard. Because Craig Willis is not that. Craig Willis hit one of the biggest shots I've ever seen. A 3-pointer in overtime at the buzzer to beat a conference rival. I mean, that was incredible. But at some point, you got to do a little more than that, Craig. You're doing the Willis family name wrong. So just like that, a season is over. But a lot to be proud of. So, there is that. So, all right, let's go ahead and sim the rest of this. We'll see what sort of off-season tasks await. Maybe we'll chip away at a couple of them. I can't remember, but I think the first order of business might be looking for jobs. But not to imply we're going to leave, but I think that might be the next thing up. Bill Dozer in the chat says, Duke just has so much talent. I always laugh at the meaningless three-pointers at the buzzer in this game. I know there's so many meaningless three-pointers. It really is hilarious. I know. They do. That's the Durham Blue Demons. Super, super duper talented. Not much you can do there. I think what's so frustrating for me is that defensively, we played pretty well. Held them to around 50% for almost the entire game. Couldn't force any turnovers, but I guess that's what you expect. When you're playing against a team that knows what they're doing, talented, well-coached, I mean, you're not expecting them to turn it over a lot. So, unless it's real life and they're playing against Stephen F. Austin, but that's neither here nor there. But our own turnovers, just devastating. Look at that, Providence with the big upset over North Carolina. Then they lose to Maryland. Is that in the championship game? I think it might have been. I don't know if I want to watch the whole tournament recap. Maybe I'll see a second of it here. Well, is this going to show us the whole thing? Yeah, this feels like a lot. That's okay. Not going to watch that whole thing. Huh. But yeah, as Bill said, Durham just has too much talent there. Forced a lot of turnovers. Just defensively, they were just monstrous. There was nothing we could do. We shot pretty well, but just careless on our end. That's what happens when you don't have a legitimate point guard. We went the entire season with no point guard, and we paid the price near the end. So, that's what happens. All right, let's check out the awards. And I have a feeling that there's going to be some awards with Hawaii's name on it. But I don't want to get ahead of myself here. All right, League Awards presented by, I think I know who. Your friends at Wolverine Studios. All right, moment of truth. Did I win? Did we win? Did we win anything? Let's go entire association here. All right, looks like Ed Hope of North Carolina is the player of the year. Not too much of a surprise there. North Carolina was a number 1 seed. Oh my gosh, Ed Hope scored 33.9 points per game. Goodness gracious. Dave Chadwick, coach of the year at North Carolina, 37-2. Much deserved. Much deserved. First team All-American here. We got, looks like 2 players from North Carolina, 1 from NC State, Maryland, and Kansas. And then second team, Cincinnati Jesuit, Ronnie Blake. He gave us trouble when we played him, them rather, when we played Cincinnati Jesuit. Then Clemson, Providence, Villanova, and Minnesota sneaks onto the All-American team there. Let's see. Let's see if we won anything. Great Pacific, is that us? Look at that! Congratulations to Moro Morrissey, Player of the Year in the Great Pacific Conference. 17.5 points per game, 6.9 rebounds, 1.6 steals per game, 1.7 blocks. Truly incredible effort by Moro. And would you look at that? Would you look at that handsome man right there with the zip up, the quarter zip, stern look on his face? I think I recognize that guy. Big award to win for Coach Jackson Coward of the Hawaii Spartans. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank all of you for watching week in and week out. You know, this award really means a lot to me. I've been dreaming about this since about 8 weeks ago when I took over the Hawaii Spartans. All right. Let's see. First team all conference. Moro Morrissey, his rightful spot on the first team. Looks like pretty spread out there. Nobody had two of them. And then second team, did we get anybody else? We did not. We didn't deserve it. Nobody else really played that well. I'm kind of disappointed with pretty much everybody except for McInnes and Morrissey. But individual awards, can't take that away from me. Go ahead and fire me now, board. Go ahead and fire me now. Speaking of which, it is going to be job hunting season. And I've got some decisions to make because I did take Hawaii on a pretty incredible run. Winning the conference tournament, didn't have a lot of talent, took a guy off the transfer heap that nobody else wanted, and I was able to really make something of him. So let's go ahead and save right here. And let's just look. Let's look at what jobs are available. I'm not going to take a job just yet. Calm down, everyone. But I think we should at least look, right? I mean, there's no harm in taking some interviews. See if I have any emails here. Awards, jobs available, season review. All right. Succeeded. We'll be expecting more. Can't ask for much more than that. Well, I appreciate that from the athletic director being so direct in his email to me, letting me know what the goals were, letting me know that he's already upset that I haven't done better. Sounds like a pretty typical athletic director. All right. Job hiring. Let's see what's out there. Okay, I only want a head coaching job. I don't get out of bed for anything else. Sort by prestige. Whoa, whoa, baby. Okay, now. We're talking about jobs here. The Southern Cal Spartans. Out of the Western 12. Soon to be the Midwestern 12 if you're following real life, but that's not really relevant to this. But B- facilities, A academics, so I'd have to actually start caring about academics. That might be a tough fit. Looks like they had a losing record last year, so fired their coach. Looking for something new. Very, very interesting. Let's look at some of these other jobs here. Utah State in Logan, Utah. They went 9-22 last year. That's tough. Decent facilities, but I don't know if I really feel great about that. But they do have a 50 prestige, just like Southern Cal. So, it's at least worth considering. But I think I'd rather stay at Hawaii for that. Colorado, pretty similar job to the Southern Cal job. Better facilities, worse academics. Looks like they went 11-19. Not really thrilled, but Utah, similar situation. Oh man, I think I got to change their logo. I don't know if that's legal anymore. With a decent prestige here, same conference as the other two, obviously. Just under 500 last year, so it sounds like where Hawaii was a year before, but a much better conference. Decent facilities, decent academics, really not a bad call. But I don't know if I can really get down with the whole Indian thing. I'm not trying to make this a political stream here, but that's kind of tough. And then Georgia and Nebraska, I think those are both jobs that I was looking at. Actually, Auburn was the job I was looking at last year, but Nebraska as well. Winston-Salem, now that is very interesting. Winston-Salem, 43 prestige, out of the East Coast Conference, so the same conference as North Carolina and Durham. Really good academics, really good facilities. and close to home. I mean, I have my alma mater set as North Carolina. I'm hoping to build a bit of a pipeline to North Carolina so that if I eventually take that job, I'll have something built up there. So very, very interesting. And then you drop down, the prestige takes a bit of a hit here. If you go to Houston, taking the job at Dallas, decent facilities, decent academics, New Brunswick, Cal Irvine. None of these are really that interesting to me. Cambridge would be a fun challenge, and San Diego is always fun to recruit in California, but might as well just go to Southern Cal. So Bill Dozer in the chat says, I also like to look at school info so I can see the conference prestige and the budget. That's a great call, checking the budget. I don't think there's a way to look at school info from this screen, right? I'd probably have to jump around. All right, so I think we spend the rest of this stream here checking out some of these jobs. You guys can help me see what you think, because I don't know. I like Hawaii. I think it's fun. It's a nice place to coach. But I'm kind of interested in Southern Cal. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So, okay. I think the contenders here are Southern Cal, Colorado, and Utah, and then Winston-Salem. I think those are the only ones I would really consider. Let's compare it to the job we have now. So Hawaii is a 36 prestige, 29 conference prestige. C+ facilities, C+ academics, not that hard to get into the school, and a budget of $184,000. Okay, so that's interesting. So let's go bottom to top here. So let's search Winston-Salem, see what's going on there. Their budget's $218, so that's better than the $184 in Hawaii. I should probably be writing these down. So let's see. Okay, so Hawaii has a budget of $184, I believe is what we just looked at. So Winston-Salem, we're looking at a budget of $218. Conference prestige is $84, so that would be huge in recruiting. We could basically pitch that to anybody. That would be pretty big. So keep that in mind. The 84 conference prestige is very, very attractive. Let's take a look at Colorado. That was another one that we were looking at. Their starting budget is $222, so that's a pretty similar situation to Winston-Salem. Their prestige overall is $46, and their conference is $71. So I'd probably rather take that Winston-Salem job. Similar budget, similar overall team prestige, gets me closer to home. So no real need to look any further into the Colorado job. Let's check out Utah just to see if there's anything interesting here. Their budget is also $222, pretty much the same exact situation as Colorado. They're coming off of a 15-17 season. They really need to rebrand, and I'm not sure if their athletic director is going to give me the keys to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and cross Utah off the list, but I appreciate their consideration. All right, Georgia. What can we learn about Georgia here? Georgia on my mind. Oops, that's not Georgia, that's Utah. Georgia. Nope, this is not, there it is. All right, so the Georgia Dogs, budget of $220, so same range as all these other ones. Decent conference prestige, 78. That's right around what we were seeing with the Pacific-ish schools. And a decent team prestige, coming off a 13-17 season, so that's not too bad. But again, is it compelling enough to leave Hawaii? Maybe. Big budget increase, conference prestige. It's interesting. It's at least interesting. And I think there was one other than the big one, but I can't remember exactly. Oh, Utah State. That's what it was. Utah State. I have a feeling their budget's not great. Oh, $227. So Utah State has the biggest budget that we've seen of any of these schools. But their conference prestige is rough. And they went 9-22 last year, so you got to think they don't have a good team. So it's going to be hard to win early on. And not a lot of prestige to go off of here. They have 9 conference titles, but not really a lot that screams legacy school here. And Utah, not the most fertile recruiting grounds. So that's tough. So here's the big one. Bill just mentioned it. What about USC? That's the one that I'm looking at. Southern Cal. Starting budget of 227. I'm actually a bit surprised by that. Maybe even a bit disappointed. I thought that they would have a higher budget. But 227, that's the highest of any of the schools that we've looked at. Conference prestige 71, as we know. And their team prestige is 50. Now, the interesting thing is their facilities is B-, and their academics is A. But their SAT minimum to get in is not the worst. I mean, 1,000 is not, it's not terrible. You know, it's really workable. So we compare that to what we're looking at Hawaii. 900 SAT minimum, much worse facilities, much worse academics. And our conference prestige and team prestige just pale in comparison. And our starting budget is, what, like 40,000 less? 45,000 less? I don't know. It's got me thinking. It's certainly got me thinking. Especially if we could recruit in the fertile California recruiting grounds. I mean, man. I think I should at least toss my name into the hat, right? Like, after this success. I mean, the tough part, though, you know, what do I say to all the players, right? Like, you know, you look at these guys. You know, Morrissey's a sophomore, right? Like, we got 2 more years with him, and he's a beast. I really took a chance on him, got a connection with him. And that's it. I kind of hate the rest of the roster, if I'm being honest with you. Amari Charity kind of sucks. Gilbert kind of sucks. I think the ratings are wrong on Gilbert. He's been horrible. We're losing Victor Willis. We're losing Brian McKinnis. We're losing Russ Hope. I'm losing Russ Hope in this team if we're going to lose all those guys. I mean, we're going to have a lot of potential scholarships for transfers, but, man, this is rough. I think we do it. I'm not even going to do the whole thing where it's kind of, you know, suspenseful and I leave it to the next episode. I'm just going to apply for the USC job. That's the job I want. I think that's the best job in the country available to me right now. See if there's any assistant jobs that would call me, but I don't know why I would do that. I don't think USC is going to say yes to me, though, if I had to guess. I think this may be a one-way street, but I don't know. I mean, they seem somewhat interested, so I think let's give it a shot. All right. Are we going to do it? I think we're going to do it. I don't think we're going to do any suspense here. I think we're just going to apply for the job. It's the only job here I want. I don't want any of these jobs more than this one, and I really want this job a lot. Winston-Salem is interesting. I might take that one if I don't get this. Oh, man. It really is between this and Winston-Salem. Because Winston-Salem has better conference prestige, similar overall prestige, similar record last year, both just a hair under 500. And ShamWow_Wells says this is the way, parentheses KE Forest. Yeah, I think the Wake Forest allusions are strong here with this Winston-Salem Black Knights team. Man, this is tough. ShamWow, what do you think? I mean, if you're looking at these two, between Southern Cal and Winston-Salem, I mean, there's no real way to know which roster is better. You know, I can take a look, but I don't think I'm going to learn much because I haven't scouted either one of them. So it's not gonna tell me a lot, but I could at least see something. I don't know. Yeah, all these guys are not going to learn anything here. Don't think I'm going to learn anything with Southern Cal either. I mean, I could just see though, like maybe I could look at their stats. Oops. Let's just check out their best player statistically, and see what their recruiting rank was. Right. Kind of get an idea. All right, who's playing the most minutes for this team? So, that is a senior-heavy squad if I've ever seen one. Senior, junior. All second-team conference. Don't have a recruiting rank because he's too old. Looks like they have Will Canal coming in. He was ranked 252. David Williams is a sophomore. Just missed that, so I'd have to look at their big freshman. Leighton Green, same thing. Not going to see anything there. Is Tim Tim McKee, 179. Oh, Ploman's a senior. That doesn't matter. All right, let's look at Southern Cal, because I am not feeling good about this Winston-Salem team. Bill Dozer says, Colorado's interesting. Once with them, I developed pipelines to Colorado, Texas, and California. Wake Forest could be a fun project, the high risk of getting fired early, though. You're right about that, just because of how tough the conference is. Let's look at minutes here. Okay, senior, junior, sophomore, junior, freshman. Oh, I like how that looks. Okay, let's check out this sophomore here. Nothing really to learn here, because he's too old, but let's see. Jeremy Marsh. Ooh, Jeremy Marsh. Top 100 recruit. That's exciting. Any other top guys? Not seeing it. Recruiting ranks. I don't know if this is going to show anything. Yeah, looks like Southern Cal didn't have the best best recruiting season. They did get Kareem E, though, out of Hawaii. Would you look at that? That would be a twist. So they got a 4-star guy and a 3-star guy coming in. So that's interesting. And then they have that one guy who was a top 100. So high 4-star guy. Let's go ahead and look at the... What was that called? East Coast Conference? Yeah. And Winston-Salem. Yeah, not a ton too interesting. They do have this guy here, Quentin Click, who was a top 100. But then it's just a bunch of 3-stars. So this is kind of how they recruit. You know, and it would be tough recruiting in the state of North Carolina, but recruiting against Durham and North Carolina State, which seemed to have a decent season. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think that Southern Cal might be the call here. So let's go back to the job hiring screen and take a look again. Show head coach jobs. You got Southern Cal, has a 7-point edge in prestige, slight edge in academics, slightly worse in facilities. They're the worst conference, but probably a better chance to emerge from that conference as the champions. I'm really not worried. Clearly, I mean, 3 of these teams just fired their coach last year. Man, I would really love to get revenge on Durham for that loss in the tournament. Oh, this is tough. This is so tough. I love Southern Cal. I've run one with Southern Cal before, and the California pipeline is just huge, but obviously so is North Carolina. You know, if I could build a California pipeline before eventually taking a job in North Carolina down the line, that would be pretty incredible, and you have to think I'd be able to build a California pipeline pretty quickly at Southern Cal. And Winston-Salem, I'm just too concerned about all of those seniors leaving. I think this team is going to be really bad. So I'm going to apply for the Southern California job. I think that's the right call. And if I don't get it, I actually think I'm going to apply for the Winston-Salem job because I'd rather coach there than Hawaii, given the state of the program. So let's do it. Let's apply for the job. Oh, I don't think I got it. I don't think I got that job. Bree says Jordan and his college versus Hawaii would be matchup of the year, better than the finals. Jordan's going pro. I don't have to worry about him anymore. Let's see. We have some other candidates in mind, but I thank you for your interest and good luck elsewhere. Is that a no or is that a maybe? Is this like saying call us back later or like stop calling me? I think it means stop calling me, if I had to guess. Yeah, man. Bree says watch him go to Charlotte just for MJ's happiness. Yeah, can you imagine Mike Jordan going to Mike Jordan's team? That would be a real Spider-Man meme moment. Okay, well, I think USC said no. I think they said no. That's unfortunate. That was kind of a bummer. I really wanted that job. Who's left? Well, Southern Cal is left, but I don't think it's going to work to apply twice, so I guess maybe we give a shot at Winston-Salem, huh? It's probably our best one left. A couple jobs open up down here, but I don't think there's anything better. This is a real project, guys. If I were to go here, it would be a real project. But it would be an opportunity to teach a bunch of freshmen how to run the 1-3-1 and get revenge on Durham. Start to build that pipeline against North Carolina. Man, it's really intriguing. I really just want to apply for the Southern Cal job again, but I think they're going to say no. Yeah, all right. This or Hawaii. Oh, I feel so bad. I feel so bad for our players and our coaches. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't think I got that job. I think they said no. Yeah, they have other candidates that they would like to hire instead of me. That's weird. It says I applied for these on the same day, so I guess it's not progressing too far ahead. But I have noticed somebody filled a job and the Virginia Tech job became available. Now that's interesting. Higher prestige than either of the other two. Decent facilities, decent academics. Virginia Tech is certainly a stepping stone job if I've ever seen one. I'd probably rather have that job than the Colorado or Nebraska jobs, most certainly. Recruiting in Virginia, that's not a bad place to be recruiting. Let's check out their roster. Let's see what we can learn about them. Virginia Tech. Or let's look at their stats, rather. So their starters last year. Oh, look at that. Junior. With a senior there, a junior, a senior, a junior, a senior, a sophomore. This is interesting. So this is 1 year to be really, really good. And then a ton of scholarships open up. That is very, very interesting. Winning record last year. What's their budget? $222,000. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm pretty intrigued. Pretty freaking intrigued. Can we close it out with the Virginia Tech job? They love to take a chance on coaches that have a nice little tourney run at a smaller school. They've done it before. Will they do it again? I think we should do it. I think we do it. Oh, they said no. They said no. Man, this is brutal. We're running out of jobs. All right. Well, not many jobs left, so I think we're staying in Hawaii, unless we want to go to Dallas, which I really don't. So let's try the Southern Cal job again, but they're going to say no. And let's try this one again. And they said no. And let's try this one again. And they said no. And another no. And another no. And another no. And another no. Man, do they even have any candidates left? This is starting to feel personal. I think they just don't like me. Yikes, I could do this all day. Yeah. Oh, no data available. Oh, man. Well, guess we're staying in Hawaii. Guess we're not going anywhere else. Yeah, that's tough. That's pretty insulting. Nobody wanted me at all. Oh, well. Yeah, I guess there's nothing louder than a bunch of rejections. All right. Well, I guess that'll do it. That's this season in Hawaii. Appreciate you guys for following along here. That was a fun season. We won the conference, won Player of the Year. I won Coach of the Year at Hawaii. And look at that. All of our guys just signed their LOIs, so it's going to be another big year at Hawaii, I think. I hope. I don't know. We got to do better than that. And we need a point guard really, really bad. So, going to be pretty hard on the transfer portal trying to get that solved. But that is an issue for another day. I appreciate you guys for watching this episode. Like I said, next episode we'll be focusing on the transfer portal and trying to fill out some of the issues on this roster here. Bill Dozer noting in the comments here, that was interesting though. I think based on the ratings of your coach, jumping to a Power 5 from Hawaii was a reach. It might have been. It certainly might have been. My recruiting rating is decently high, but it probably was a bit of a stretch. I was hoping that the Coach of the Year thing would help, but it looks like it didn't. So we'll just have to try to attack the transfer portal pretty hard for this next episode. A few things before we go. First thing, I say it as always, but I mean it. Please, if you have not already, consider subscribing to our Twitch channel. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription every single month just by linking it with your Twitch account. So consider using it on us. It means a lot to Wolverine Studios. It means a lot to me. It just helps out the devs financially to be able to put stuff together like this. So definitely consider taking that small token of appreciation. If you like this video, if you like any of our other videos, this is a way for you to say thank you to us. And I thank you if you decide to do that. If you decide to subscribe, shoot me a screenshot of that, and I will absolutely send you a Hawaiian dish with all of the ingredients, the prep time, everything you need to know. And I would prefer you take a video after you make it to let me know how it is so I can make it in my own home. Second thing, don't forget about hashtag Franchise Friday tomorrow on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Discord, Slack, and the original forums on Wolverine Studios. Let us know what's going on with your teams, your careers. Did you flame out in the first round? Did you get rejected by a bunch of jobs that you wanted? Did you have to go back to a bunch of players that you hinted that you might leave and actually you're going to stay and now see if you can try to win even more games than the year before? If you did, let me know. Would love to hear about it. Hashtag Franchise Friday. And again, I said it at the top, but if you haven't seen it already, please check out our Draft Day Academy series on YouTube. We've done 2 episodes. We have a third one coming in the next couple weeks that we're going to spend a lot of time on. It's going to be about recruiting, and it is going to be a whopper. So keep your eye out for that. And if you have any ideas for other videos that you'd like to see or anything you'd like to see in this video series or just anything you'd like to see at all, you know where to find me on Twitch and Twitter at CJacksonCowart, on our Discord server, or anywhere on the Wolverine Studios forums. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.